I'm back. So welcome to vlog number 2. For 3 or 4 weeks in the making, but I got there eventually. First off, I'll be discussing my recent health problems and what happened and how all that panned out and where I am on the road to recovery and how close I am to getting back to doing woodworking and making videos. That'll lead me on neatly to the business. What effect has losing almost a month had on the business at this crucial startup stage, and where am I going with it now? Is it in jeopardy? Do I have to go back and get a job? Following on from that, I'll do a quick recap of my YouTube channel, because today, as I'm filming this, is 5 months to the day since I uploaded my first video. We'll go through that, go through a few figures. Am I enjoying it? Where's it going? And what sort of things I have planned for the future. All the times I will put there, because I understand not everyone wants to hear someone banging on about their health. If you want to skip to the other bits that are more interesting, feel free to do so. But let's crack on. So, health. 9 or 10 years ago, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. For 8 years, I lived pretty much symptom-free. I managed it through my own sort of various exercise, diet, meditation. There's so many things that kept me on an even keel. I had a heart attack, got a load of medication thrown at me. That sent me into a 4-month flare-up, which was sort of unavoidable because some of the medication I was on, I had to stay on for my heart. That got sorted out last summer. Thought I was fine. I went 8 months living better than I'd lived with it for years. And all of a sudden, the day after I left my old job, I started going into a flare-up. I was put on some temporary steroids that eased it and got me through the next 2 or 3 videos that you would have saw, culminating in the last one, which was the workshop tour, which was pretty much the last day I could be active and in the workshop. Totally wiped me out. I sort of tried to struggle on for another few days. In the end, I had to go into A&E. I missed Maker Central, which I was absolutely gutted about because I've never been. I wanted to go. I wanted to meet a few YouTubers who I've chatted to online. Couldn't even get off the sofa or out of bed most days. After a horrendous 9 hours in A&E, I got put on a gastro ward. And for 9 days, I was fed steroids, drips, infusions, all manner of stuff. I didn't realise how bad it was. I had to have conversations around, there was terms like life-threatening, life-altering surgery. But I got out 9 days later, intact and feeling better than I did when I went in. Not out the woods, but better. So for about 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks now, I've been recovering quite slowly at home with various steroids and 1 or 2 other things. But last couple of days, after another infusion which I had, I've started to feel like, okay, I can actually almost sense a bit of normality coming back. And I'm hoping, it's hard to say because you don't want to jump the gun because you do have better and worse days, but I'm hoping that within a week, I will be back in the workshop being able to do something of some kind, because I've got a lot of projects, I've got a lot of catching up to do, and it's been quite hard to, I haven't even been able to watch woodworking YouTube videos for the last 2 weeks. It just depressed the hell out of me. But it was quite a dark place to go to in the hospital, quite a lot to deal with, lying there with nothing to do but think of your own thoughts and all the ramifications of how close you were to a lot of like quite serious stuff. I'm usually a bit blasé with things as it stands. I suppose you call it a bit of a runner awayer and like, nah, be all right. But this really did humble me, bring me down to ground and me up a little bit. So there's a plan in place over the next few weeks to get me back to remission. And then it will just be what they call maintenance treatment. Nothing left to say other than thanks to everyone who messaged and commented and wished me well from the 2 shorts I did manage to get out. And it's really nice that whilst I was in hospital to get nice messages, and when I was recovering, just to hear nice things off pretty much strangers who still took the time to send a nice message. And all those things really do add up and help. So sincerely, thank you. No, that was my mic. Thank you. Also, I've had a lot of people saying, oh, you don't have much luck, do you? Having a heart attack and now you've had this. And totally different mindset. I survived a heart attack that only 12% of people do survive outside of a hospital. So I consider myself lucky there. And I could have left the hospital half the man, literally, of what I was when I went in. But I didn't. I left intact, and I consider myself incredibly lucky to have left like that as well. So unlucky, I'm not so sure. Everyone has the struggles, but I have hopefully avoided life-altering surgery situations. So yeah, incredibly lucky. So where does that leave the business? Now, I think I'm lucky that all this happened in the initial startup stages of the business. If this had have landed 6 months to 12 months in, and I had orders and there was stuff going on, that would have been a lot worse, because I'd have been letting people down. It could have besmirched the name of Wooden Wolf. And, you know, I know you can't help your health all the time, but customers will still think, oh, is he always ill? Or, you know, they might, I don't know if they would, but you don't want to let people down ever. So the fact that it's happened now is almost a blessing. It's also a blessing that I'm hopefully now sorted going forward, so this won't happen again during the next however many years I'm doing this business for. Has it affected it? Well, I've missed a month almost to the day since I could last work, and I'm hoping to get back in. So 4 or 5 weeks off. Time will tell how crucial that is. We'll have to reforecast a lot of the financial forecasting that we did, me and my wife, and we'll just have to really knuckle down and see the longevity of the reserve pot that was the initial investment whilst the business is getting up to speed. Is it still doable? Yes. Worst case scenario, I'll get a 2-day-a-week job or find something part-time. I'm prepared for that, because at the minute I'm still in the frame of mind that I'm happy to be here. We'll see how it pans out. It's not ideal, but it's far from the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario would be that I was unable to work, I couldn't even start the business, I can't even get a job, and then I'm out the equation for everything. That's the worst case scenario. That hasn't happened. So the fact that I now see a light at the end of the tunnel and I'll be able to work is a massive bonus. I've got to a point where we were just about to go on the website. We'd just got the photo set up that you would have seen if you'd have watched the workshop tour, and everything was ticking along nicely to get a product line ready. I've got a lot of, I've recently bought some nice hardwood, some sapele, a nice big block of ash that I was trying out a few different ideas with. So there's plenty to do, but the business is okay at the minute. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how quickly I can get working, see how quickly I can get orders in, and see how quickly I can start making money. That's what it hinges on. Without a crystal ball, you can only forecast so much, but that's the aim. I'm feeling enthusiastic and positive about it. So I know damn sure I'll give it my best shot, almost more so because I feel like I've got another second chance, and let's just go. I'm an optimist, so why not? So 5 months today, as of today of filming, I put my first video up, and it was about building a desk for my YouTube setup for editing and all that sort of thing. I've since put on, I think it's 21 videos, 370 subscribers. My best video has got just over 6,500 views, and that was the workshop tour one. So all in all, steady progress without bringing the internet to a halt. Do I love doing it? Absolutely love it to bits. I love the editing. I like the thinking of videos to do. Obviously I'm still new to it, so I've still got that eagerness to do it. One of the worst things about being in hospital was watching my subscribers triple in a week, but being stuck in a bed, not being able to follow up with more videos. So it was sort of bittersweet that, oh great, there's a bit of traction like I hadn't seen previously, but I can't really build on it. I've been itching to do this vlog, but up until like the last couple of days, I couldn't have even sat in front of a camera and talked for any length of time. So I'm just glad to be doing this. This will go out hopefully on my Thursday 5 PM slot as normal. That gives me, because today's Sunday, that gives me about 12 days to get a actual woodworking video out. Am I well enough to get a woodworking video out? I don't know, but I'm going to try. I know my own body well enough to go, I'm pushing it, relax, but I also know that I get so frustrated sitting around, and I need to be doing stuff. So it's one of them. I'll do my best. Now, there's a lot of wood here that literally come on my last day of being able to do anything and carry anything, and it's all to build a outdoor dining set. I've got the design in my head. There's going to be 2 3-seater, 4 at a push if you like them, benches, and a big chunky table. One of the last things I did before I took ill was we bought a barbecue, and the plan was to build all this, have my mate over for his birthday, which he did, but there was no way I could have built any of the furniture. I felt rotten. I was sat in a chair, the barbecue was going on, but no furniture was built. But I've literally got so much treated timber, and it's all roughly cut to the lengths that I need. It's going to be quite a simple construction. It'll be in 2 parts when I get the video out. So I don't know whether I'm going to do the table then the chairs, or the chairs then the table. I can't work out, if I don't get time to do it, which would be best to have. But I've got everything, so we'll see how we go. So this vlog will go out, then those will be the next 2 videos going out. Other ones lined up is a recent purchase. Oh, I want to mention as well that all this, I've started going to this place in Hollywood, not that Hollywood in Birmingham, Whittle to be precise, and they're called Davis Timber, and the customer service there is phenomenal. They've got a massive yard, you can have a walk around, or they deliver. It's not overly close to me, I'm probably about 10 miles away, but it's such a well-stocked yard. I've got hardwoods off them for good prices. Their timber, all the decking, all the timber store outside that I did, everything has been so good. So yeah, Davis Timber. If you're in Birmingham, Black Country, Midlands area, check them out. Absolutely brilliant. Right, I recently bought this, and I haven't even had a chance to use it yet. So this has served me well. The old Lumberjack 5-inch pad. It was about 25 quid. Had it for years, really good. But I recently bought this. I won't say who off because it was a nightmare. I won't even go into it, but yeah, absolute nightmare. But a good 6-inch Metabo, what's it called? Not SEX. SXE 40 turbo. It's got some kind of turbo switch that allows you to aggressively remove, and I've turned it on, but I haven't done anything with it yet. So I'm really looking forward to giving this a go. I think it was about, is it in the region of 130, thereabouts, 130, 140. I wanted a 6-inch pad. I didn't really want to shell out Merca prices. I didn't want to go down. I saw reviews on like the Rutland one, the 6-inch one that looks like the Ross. But in the end, someone bought it on YouTube. Did Peter Millard buy it for his son? I can't remember. And I thought, oh, I'll check that out. And so I've never had anything Metabo, but yeah, super solid construction. So I'll be checking that out soon as well. I've never done a product review as such, but when I've given it the once over, I might do that. Other videos, this is one that will be coming up soon. Do you remember when I flattened a cookie? Well, ever since it's been sat there, I've epoxied the gap in the middle. It still needs a bit more flattening, but you can just tell it's a lot lighter. It's really dry. I don't know how this flaky stuff's gonna deal, but this I want to get a lot flatter, a lot thinner, because I think it's about 5-inch, and make something with that. So there's plenty of products to make, plenty of wood to make stuff with, and I'm just really looking forward to getting back to making things. That is it for the vlog. Thanks again to everyone for watching. Thanks to all the new subscribers. There's going to be more content coming up. It feels great to be back. So see you all next week. Fingers crossed, where I'm actually going to use some tools and make something.